Look at this.
You can see right here. Thank you, Andy, for coming.
No worries.
Do you have any idea what we're doing?
I have zero idea.
Right. Play that clip right now.
Welcome to Battleship Mentality while playing Battleships with Andy.
Scissors, paper, rock.
All right, I'm starting. I reckon you're a corner kind of guy. So I want to go with J1.
That's a hit.
I am on fire. I'm on fire. Hit straight off the block.
Oh,
All right. I'm going to go J2.
that's a miss.
Okay. If our church was a battleship, who would be the cook and who would be the cannon?
The cook would be Jason So.
Yep.
The cannon. Jade Heiser.
Oh, great answer.
Okay, B7.
B7. That is a miss.
Oh,
No. I think I want to go for a missile. I just want to hit a straight line.
Yep.
I'm going to hit E. So all of E.
That's an absolute miss.
Perfect. That's what I wanted. Is there still a battleship mentality if I'm spiritually seasick? You know,
Well,
sometimes
what you should have done is you should have taken your spiritual seasick tablets before you got on the battleship, and you should have addressed the drift, and you wouldn't be seasick.
Great.
What about G3?
G3. That is a miss.
Oh my
You're great at this game, Andy.
Gosh, just you wait.
Lucky you have a battleship mentality, not a losing mentality. All right. Are you more worried about spiritual torpedoes or friendly fire from the church crew?
I'm probably worried about spiritual torpedoes more.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go I1 for the safe hit.
I1. Yep, that's a hit.
Perfect. All right, H1.
Yep, that's a hit and sunk.
Oh, perfect.
That's what I know.
I reckon you're the other corner now, so J10.
That's a miss. What about A5?
That is a miss. Prophesied over our young people with Bianca and Noah as our youth pastor. So what do you think the biggest spiritual battle is for young people right now?
I feel like the word of God is really clear as to like how we should live our lives. And it probably goes into that whole idea of drifting, is that, as in spiritually drifting. I just feel like there's so many things that are trying to vie for the attention of our young people. But if they can be grounded in the word, like grounded in the way of God, I think that goes a long way to really fighting that pull to just do what their mates are doing and think what the world's thinking. I think that's our biggest battle.
J8.
J8, that is an absolute miss. Okay, come on, this is it. D3, it's a hit.
That's a miss.
Oh, are you joking me?
C2.
C2, that's a miss. Okay, F9.
That's a miss.
Oh my.
How do we shift from a cruise ship mindset to a battleship mentality in our faith?
I think, like I've said, this idea of like cruise ship is kind of like, it's all about me. It's all about what I get to consume. I think there's a different mindset that takes place. It's like, how can I contribute? How can I be a part of the mission? Like if you think about the two, naturally speaking, how can I be part of the mission? How can I serve? How can I be like, I was literally talking to someone in the office today about just spirit that's attached to a battleship mentality. I think there's just two very different mindsets. And so it's embracing this, we're taking ground, as Pastor Phil said, we're taking steps of faith, we're getting our running shoes on. I reckon that's all like a battleship mentality.
That's brilliant, Pastor Andy. I'm glad your answers are better than your attacks. So let's go.
Okay.
B9.
B9, that's a miss. Here we go. I6.
Oh, Andy, you've done it. That's a miss.
Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. What is going on? Okay.
All right, J6.
6, that's a miss. I want to do a
Missile.
Yep. I'm going to go down row 10.
Row 10. All right, so your only two hits are A10 and C10.
Love it. I'm on the board, baby. A9.
That's a hit and a sunk.
Yes.
You got the little mini.
C9.
That's a hit.
C8.
That is a hit.
Yes. C7.
That is a hit and sunk.
F13. 5.
Andy, you're on fire, but that's a miss. How do I know what my position is on the ship? Like where am I called to serve or fight?
But like I said, we're trying to work out how do we help people identify. One of our missional pillars is developing purpose-filled Jesus followers. How are we developing purpose-filled Jesus followers and releasing people into their God-given gift and talent? And so as a team, we're trying to work that one out. What are the things that we need to do? What are the questions that we need to ask? So I don't have an answer right now, but we're working on it. How do we get our campus thinking? What are my God-given gifts? Like where do I lean towards? And so to be continued.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I believe that too. It's where they believe God has called them to. You know, that's their talent.
Yeah.
All right. I9.
I9. That is an absolute miss, bro. Okay, I'm going to do a nuke. The center is B2.
You missed every
Are
single
you
one.
joking me?
If you were to be on post for lookout and you fell asleep, what would your reason to Jade be? Why you fell asleep?
This happens a lot when we watch TV late at night.
Yes, you missed a TV show the other night. She told us.
Just, I would be like, sorry. Get up early to work out with everybody and keep fit and keep healthy, and it's got me a bit tired at the end of the day.
I'm gonna nuke
Yep.
G5.
Not one hit.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yeah. What about H1?
That's a hit.
Yes. Yes.
This is tough.
Okay. What about G1?
That is a miss.
Oh, damn it.
H8.
H8. That's a miss. One eye.
One eye. That is a miss.
Oh, dude. Okay.
How do we stay ready for battle without living in fear or burnout?
My experience is that like those regular disciplines that we have in our life, being in church, being in the Word, being around good, godly people, I think those things, they might seem like, thanks, Captain Obvious, but they are things that will help you to avoid. The moment you start getting away from spiritual disciplines, you distance yourself from good, godly people, I think you are more susceptible to burnout. Now, that's not to say that you do all those things and you're not going to experience burnout, because that gets people, burnout's a real thing. But I think like just that regular discipline of being in the Word, regular discipline of being in the house of God, being in church, being around a lot, that's why our connect groups are so important, I think are, is a key part of just building real spiritual strength in your life.
H10.
H10 is a hit.
Yes.
Rats.
All right, so it's going up. So then it's G10.
That's a hit.
I10.
That's a hit.
And then F10.
That's a hit. And you've got me, bro. You've sunk me.
Yes, sir. All right, so this big boy has to be somewhere. This big boy's going to go with B2.
That's a miss.
hit.
Okay, 2H.
That is a hit.
Yes. 3H.
That is a hit.
4H.
That is a hit.
5H.
That is a hit and sunk.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Okay, so there's 2 left. E7.
That is a miss. Right, if you had to choose a battleship name for yourself, what would it be?
I would use my PSN name, which is the Rev Slayer. That's the battleship we call it.
All right, A10.
A10. Oh, that's a hit, bro.
Oh, he's in the corner. Okay, will he go down? Nah, he'll do like a... Oh, maybe he did go down. Okay, I'll go down. B10.
It's a hit. It's a sunk.
Oh, okay, let me try the other corner. A1.
No, miss. J6.
J6. That is a miss. What scripture really shaped this message for you?
It was the story of King Joash in 2 Chronicles 24, I think it is, and just reading that. I guess I've read it a few times, but just I read that story around complacency and just how the young king went from. And it's a sad story where he went from did what was right in the eyes of the Lord. He had it was Jeremiah the priest, I think his name was. For me, I read that story and I was like, oh man, this is the drift. The drift had occurred. Wrong people in his life, poor thinking. He drifted into places that he started off. And yes, started out young, but I just think he got into a really bad place in his thinking, in his faith, that led him down a really bad path.
Great.
So Second Chronicles, I think it's, yeah, Second Chronicles 24.
Can you back check that?
Yeah, let's fact check that.
All right. A3.
A3, that's a miss. H8,
H8. That is a miss. B4.
that's a hit.
Yes, sir. All right. B3.
That's a miss. C5,
C5. That is a miss. B5.
that's a hit.
B6.
That's a hit.
B7.
That's a hit.
Oh, there's that big boy. B8.
That's a hit.
I just need one more. Wait, one more? Yeah, one more,
Yeah,
one more.
okay.
Okay, so then it has to be down D6. GG.
Miss. E2.
That is a miss.
Oh my goodness.
D3.
That's a miss. Like, where on God's good earth have you put this last one, bro? What am I? I'm on
You're looking for 2-3.
2 3s.
Yep.
Okay. What about J3?
J3. That is a miss. G2. That's a hit.
Miss. C4.
That is a miss. D8.
It's a miss. E5.
E5. That is a hit.
Yes. Here we go. E4.
That's a hit.
E3.
That is a miss.
No.
Yes, I live to tell another story. C7.
Miss. E6.
Hit and sunk.
One more.
Dude, we're all on the last one.
G7.
That is a miss. How can we help others step into the battleship mentality without overwhelming them?
I think the best way to go about anything is leadership by example. And so we're encouraging people, hey, like, come on, we're not casual Christianity. That's not, I don't feel like that's what we're called to. Like, let's take a step of faith. This is what I'm taking, a step of faith. This is where I'm, Pastor Lucinda said, this is where I put my running shoes on. And so, or we're going to be running this year. This is where I'm doing that. I think it's a way of, encouraging people by personal example. This is what I'm doing, and that's why Jade and I are so convicted by this whole thing. Where are we going to take steps of faith? What are we doing as a campus to take steps of faith? So I think it's leadership by example.
Great. Right, A6.
A6 is a miss. D7.
Miss. I4.
I4 is a miss. 8E.
Miss. I7.
That's a hit.
Hold on. I don't know if it's going up or going down though. Oh, across. Ooh. All right. Look at me. Up. Left or right. Okay, left or right. I6.
That's a hit. I lost at my own game.
Okay, hold on. Could be left or right. Okay, I'm gonna go towards the middle. I5.
Yeah, it's a hit.
And sunk.
Yeah, and sunk.
Great game. Well played.
Right, thank you.
1-0. That's part 1 of.
Welcome to Battleship Mentality while playing battleships with Andy.
Thanks, Andy, for coming and joining us.
Hey, pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Let's do it again.
We'll see who you guys next time.
All right.